Rev up your engines.
BW Wrenchy says, Scotty, where did you get those cat pillows? Okay, Singapore, but I didn't go there. My daughter-in-law's from Singapore. They go there every couple of years, and they brought us a couple of them. My wife hates them. She says, the cat's looking at me, the cat's looking at me. And after I do the show, I have to turn it around so the face isn't facing out. And it freaks our cat out, too, but I love them. You know, I love those cat pillows. I got it from my daughter-in-law. She gave us 2 of them. They're cute pillows, and I like them, even though my wife says it scares the heck out of her, especially at night. Anthony Sidus says, Scotty, what's a better manual transmission car? A 2013 Honda Civic or a 2015 Mazda 3? The Civic will last longer. There's no arguing that. The Mazda, it's a lot better than the automatic Mazda, and they're fun to drive around in, you know. But if you're talking about long life, and if you're, say, a kid that wants to soup it up, definitely go to Honda, because the Honda's got all kinds of soup-up kits, and Honda makes a strong engine. You can beef up a Honda with a lot more horsepower than you can an engine. You put extra horsepower in that Mazda engine, it's going to blow, but the Honda engine can take it. It's a better-made engine than the Mazdas if you're looking for long life or adding more horsepower. Angel H says, what do you think of an 06 Mitsubishi Eclipse GT? I have one with 70,000 miles with an automatic transmission. Well, I'm not a fan of the automatic transmissions, but you got a vehicle that's 13 years old and it only has 70,000 miles. You can just take care of it, change the oil, change the filter. Don't, ever overheat the engine. You never know how long it can last. You got it? Keep driving it. They are fun cars to drive. There's no arguing that. They're little zippy little cars. Just keep taking care of it, and if something like the automatic transmission goes bad, then you basically get rid of it because it would cost 2-3 times what the value of the car is to put one in. But baby, and you never know. I've had customers, Mitsubishis, get 150, 160, and they're still running okay, so why not? They are fun to drive when they're running. EK Film says, Scotty, what are your thoughts on the Vortech V6 that GM used from 85 to 2014? My only personal experience was in a 99 Chevy Blazer. I didn't like them. They didn't put on enough horsepower in that Vortex system. Had a lot of problems with the plastic cracking and leaking from cheap construction materials. I'm not a fan of them. I had some little old lady and little old men that had them in their pickup trucks, and they never went over 55 miles an hour, and they were happy with them. They didn't put much mileage on it. But as a serious truck, you want to get at least a 350 V8. The 6s didn't have enough power in them, and they didn't hold up over time. A lot of them would blow head gaskets and burn oil and stuff. Nissan Sylvia says, Scotty got an 02 VW Mark IV TDI. When driving at 100 kilometers an hour in 3rd gear and 3,000 RPM, it loses throttle and won't accelerate unless I put it in 4th gear. Then it feels like the power's halves. Okay, it's not going. When you get a load on it at a certain RPM, it won't take off. It's a diesel. Odds are either you've changed your fuel filters. It could just be as simple as a fuel filter's clogged up. I see that all the time. Because if it's not, it generally means your injector pump is going out. They cost a fortune. Change the fuel filters on it. It's probably the fuel filters are clogged up. It's a simple thing. I see that in Volkswagens when they get old with a lot of mileage on it. Diesels have to have a certain amount of fuel coming into it. And believe it or not, diesel fuel, there is a fungus that can grow inside it and grow. So you need to change the filters and put an antifungal unit inside your tank every once in a while, because fungus will grow. Gasoline is real caustic. No fungus is going to grow in gasoline, but it can grow in diesel fuel, believe it or not. It sounds crazy, but I got a lot of customers here that have diesel engines in their boats, and they know it's so humid here in Houston, and they always put the diesel antifungal additive into their tanks so they don't have a problem like that. Barry says, how reliable is a Ram 3500 with a Cummins and an Aisin transmission? The engine and transmission are very reliable. I'm not a Chrysler fan, electronics, but if you notice, they don't make a Cummins engine. Cummins does. They switched to the Aisin transmissions, which are even better made. Those are Toyota owns 30% of Aisin. Those are Japanese transmissions, and they're excellent transmissions. So I'm assuming that they were going to be real reliable. That's probably why Chrysler switched, because they needed better reliability. I personally myself wouldn't buy a Chrysler product, but they don't make those engines and they don't make those transmissions, and the people that do make very good engines and transmissions. Michael says, Scotty, much love from Tucson, Arizona. What would you recommend to keep a black car looking nice and shiny? I'm sure you know black cars are difficult to keep clean. Yeah, trade it in for a black motorcycle like me. I got a black Triumph Thruxton. Motorcycles are tiny. They live in a garage. The only thing you got to polish is the gas tank and the side covers. Everything else is either chrome or just black painted frame. So they're easy to keep clean. The problem with cars are they get dirty so fast when they're black. I did a shoot years ago with a Mustang that Ford gave me for a week. It was a brand new car. car. They brought it clean. They cleaned it down the street, 2 blocks from my house. I did a shoot. 2 hours later, I looked at the car and it looked filthy. We got a lot of dust and stuff here in Houston in the summer. The only way you can really keep them clean is by garaging them, keeping them in a garage. And what you can do is, what I do with customers' cars before I give them back, I got a leaf blower, gas one, and I blow it when I'm done, and all the dust will blow off of it. You just have to wash and wax them, and they'll keep them in a good garage. Otherwise, they're going to get dirty fast. That's just how black cars are.
So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.